Hi, my name is Ollie Bartosh and I recently completed my co-op experience at Kiwi Tennis and Play Atlantic, which are two for-profit organisations in the tennis industry in New Zealand and the high-performance sport and rec industry. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity and I learned a lot working alongside the two directors of the companies, Charlie Bartlett and Sheridan Adams. Kiwi Tennis was recently formed in October of 2013 last year by Charlie and Sheridan. It is a professional coaching team with the goal of taking on any levels or abilities and ages and trying to turn them into the best player they can be. Kiwi Tennis is an organisation on the rise. We've recently taken over 2 new tennis clubs in Auckland, and it's also based at Browns Bay Rackets Club, where I completed most of my co-op experience. The 2 new tennis clubs in Auckland are Oreki Tennis Club and Winstone Park, based in Mount Roski. The other organisation I worked for as part of the team was Play Atlantic. Play Atlantic was formed in 2003 by Charlie and Sheridan, and it is designed to sign players in New Zealand and help them attain scholarship offers to play college sport in the USA. In its history, Play Atlantic has helped over 400 student athletes live the dream and play on a scholarship in colleges in the US.
My roles at Kiwi Tennis included coaching tennis to all ages, implementing school tennis hotshots program, presenting to large groups in schools, and the running of Kiwi Tennis social media. My roles for Play Atlantic were to assist my director Charlie, act as a recruitment coordinator, communicate with coaches in the US, and write articles on overseas athletes.
While undertaking my co-op experience at Kiwi Tennis, a key issue that arose was the Browns Bay Rackets Club Pro Shop was severely underperforming financially. In talks with my directors, we thought this would be a great opportunity for my project to perform a financial feasibility study. This was a chance to apply financial knowledge I'd learned over my time at AET and to research into literature that applies financial theory. The 4 project outcomes were to carry out a strategic cost analysis, carry out a marketing analysis, which included a competitor analysis, carry out a financial viability analysis, and use all 3 different financial methods to come to a decision whether the Pro Shop is a financial feasible option going forward.
Therefore, suggests there are many different perspectives of what a feasibility study should entail, but the ultimate need for a feasibility analysis is decision making. In hindsight, this was the biggest goal of the feasibility study, to come up with recommendations that would force the decisions to be made in relation to how the Pro Shop would be run in the future. McPherson suggests that for a feasibility study to be succinct and effective, it is expected to show clear strengths, weaknesses, and viability of the option. The literature I reviewed suggests that the feasibility study should include a strategic cost analysis, marketing analysis, and financial viability analysis. According to Hussey and Ong, the main purpose of a strategic cost analysis is to help a company identify, analyze, and use its resources to attain future success. Hussey and Ong also suggest the goal of a strategic cost analysis should be to focus on recognizing reasons for costs and evaluating strategies from a financial perspective for creating a sustainable competitive.
The first part of my process for my co-op project was to undertake a strategic cost analysis. This involved collecting all the data from going through the till at the Pro Shop and analysing the costs that were going into running the Pro Shop on a day-to-day basis. Once I gathered all the information I needed, I began tabling my results and trying to work out some strengths and weaknesses with the current costing setup at the Kiwi Tennis Pro Shop. We established that a lot of fixed costs like equipment, we were already getting a really good rate. The biggest concerns raised were the costing of drinks, given how many were being sold, and the employee we were paying. I looked at the current employment structure, and the first was to hire a number of student interns. I myself was an intern, and I didn't see why we couldn't hire more and have them run the Pro Shop instead of paying an employee to do it. It seemed a logical step, but I took advantages and disadvantages of each option before making a recommendation to Charlie and Sharon.
According to McCarthy and Perrell, a marketing analysis is not a marketing plan. Keegan suggests that in current practice, market research is usually used to help recognize potential future opportunities for an organization. In my marketing analysis, I tried to apply both sets of theories stated. I tried to assess the current market, determine the pro shop's target market, and analyze its competitors. From the results, I tried to look at the potential in the market and how to combat the biggest threats or factors in the market.
My marketing analysis involved gathering all the information about our member roles at Browns Bay Records Club, which are the main market of the pro shop. Through my analysis, I worked out that the target market was the senior members of the tennis club. This was around a number of 240, and this is who we were looking to target based on the market analysis. I also looked at the external factors and internal factors that could affect our target market and scaled them on a rating of 1 to 10 of how favourable or unfavourable they were to our situation. Another important step of the marketing analysis was look at what our competitors were doing. I identified as many indirect and direct competitors as I could, and then chose the top 3 that I thought posed the biggest threat to analyse in more detail. These were Thump Sports Online, Tennis Northern, the regional governing body in North Shore area, and Mairangi Bay Tennis Club, a rival tennis club which is only 5.5 kilometres away and has a member roll 100 members bigger than Browns Bay Records Club. Market analysis identified that a weakness in the Browns Bay Records Club pro shop was it didn't have much of an online presence. They knew about it on our website, but that was where it stopped. To complete with Thump Sports Online, who I thought posed the second biggest threat to our market, I proposed the idea that the pro shop should build its online presence and have a website function where people can shop and buy our products online just like they would with any other online store.
Howlett and Nagu define financial viability as an organization's capacity to meet its operating expenses and financial obligations, as well as providing the potential for future growth and financial and economic gains. Barrow, Peterson, and Tiffany suggest the level of performance over a period of time in terms of overall profits and losses is the key to determining an organization's financial viability.
Financial viability analysis, I looked at all the revenue streams at the current Browns Bay Records pro shop. These range from tennis rackets, balls, restringing, drinks, ice creams, anything we had in the shop. Total revenue worked out to be just over $16,000. After deducting all the costs, gross profit was at around $6,000. But then when I took the prorated amount to pay the employee staff, the net profit for the pro shop was actually a loss of around $700. This validated the reason to undertake this project at Kiwi Tennis, as it showed our fears were confirmed that the pro shop was not performing well financially. So what did that mean for Kiwi Tennis? I had to come up with some ways to make the pro shop a much more financially viable option. I brainstormed with different ideas that are related back to the marketing analysis and the strategic cost analysis. Then I tried to make some projections based on how I thought the pro shop could perform if certain changes were made. Based on these options, I would make a recommendation to Kiwi Tennis.
The outcomes from my financial feasibility study were a great success. The study confirmed the pro shop was not financially viable in its current setup. I recommended different ways to cut costs, such as a new employment structure and other ways to grow the Kiwi Tennis pro shop's market share. Ultimately, through my financial feasibility study, I came up with solutions to make the Kiwi Tennis pro shop financially viable. I am confident the changes suggested will result in future financial gains for the Kiwi Tennis pro shop. Two key learnings related to my financial major and literature from the project was that a financial feasibility study incorporates financial analysis with marketing concepts, and you cannot just identify weaknesses. The real purpose is to develop ways the organization can improve, which in turn will lead to financial success.
I'm extremely grateful to be given this opportunity to work at Kiwi Tennis and play Atlantic. Can't thank my industry supervisors Charlie and Sheridan enough, who were instrumental in both my development professionally and personally. I learned so much over the co-op experience, and it really pushed me to my limits. I was pleased to be able to apply some financial knowledge that I've been learning for years at AET.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that helped me through my co-op experience. That includes my industry supervisors Charlie Bartlett and Sheridan Adams, my academic supervisor Sally Ray, my friends and family who got me through the process, and of course, Mum and Dad.